Hello. Good to see you here. Today we're going to talk about what is one thing that keeps most of us, I'm looking at my notes, that keeps most of us stuck in our businesses, in our everyday life. Can you think of what that might be? I mean, I'm sure there may be several things, but this is one major thing that we need to really think about and see what we can do to conquer it. And I do have three awesome tips for you. So while you're thinking about that, just remember to, well, you'll get it. I do believe you'll get it. But just think about it. And while you're thinking about it, let me know where you're coming from. You can let me know what country, what city, whatever it is, wherever you live. I think it's awesome that we have a global audience, that I have a global audience, and that there are people from all over that, stop by and listen. And if they can't catch it, live with me here now, then they catch it on the replay and then they leave me information or highs or, whatever they thought about what it was that I had to say on any given particular day. So I just wonder what it is that you are thinking. And you can drop those in the chat as well. Just drop in there what you think is one major thing, one of the main things that keeps people stuck in their business, in their life, keeps them from moving forward. So before I get any further into this, because I have been known to not introduce myself till the very end, so let me go ahead and do that. My name, my throat's getting dry. Sorry. My name, and I have a lozenge in my mouth, is Cherie Woodard. And I help business builders and entrepreneurs to come online, use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. And I do this in a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing, video marketing, lead generation, as well as branding and other updated, modern, trending strategies. And so basically, that is what I do. And when I'm getting done with this, I want to leave you a um, kind of a free training, it's a free group that offers a lot of training, that answers a lot of questions, that there's so much information in there. There's different blogs, there's not some I almost said lectures. I'm giving away my age. Lectures, but no, there's just given a lot of content and information that you might not have even thought of, but that's what this does. So I will put that information for you so you can check it out in the comment section on this video when it's downloaded. And it will also be there's a free it's the top two anti-salesy posts that are actually attracting people to whoever is using them. So it's a good thing. I would check it out. But if I were you, but you have to make your own decision. But yeah, I've been in that group since I started, and they just continue to update it, upgrade it, and bring in more information, and it's just awesome. And I hope that you cannot hear the noise outside of my house. I don't know what they're doing, but actually they're going across my yard. I think it's the computer internet again for somebody. I don't know. Hopefully this doesn't go off. So I'm not seeing any comments in the chat right now, so I'm going to keep going. But I'm going to go on and tell you what that one thing is. The one thing that keeps most of us stuck. Da, 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 da. It's fear. It's fear. And we may not even recognize it, which is one of the things, major things about it is because we have these self-limiting beliefs that we may not be even aware of. And that's because we learn these things when we're very, very young, and you don't realize that you're stowing away this information, and then it ends up in your subconscious. And when you try to move past a certain point, whatever that belief is stops you. And a lot of times it's fear because of this or fear because of that. And I just, I think it's really important that when we feel like we're not moving, when we feel like we can't move forward, that then it's time to, and this is number one, it's time to recognize what's happening. Think about, what could stop you from doing something that you like? What could stop you from, let me see, I'm gonna look at my notes here. Um, most people, when they get comfortable, then they want to just stay in that comfort zone. But, moving out of your comfort zone gives a lot of people fear. And that's, important to know so that you can recognize it. Trying something new, maybe there's some up and coming things. Like, I mean, I'm sure, before we started walking through the stuff we're walking through, that a lot of people had, no concept of going online and having to learn how to do things online, which is not that, it's not that bad. It's not that tough. It's not that hard to do. We can do anything we set our minds to, but we have to be able to know what's going on first. So if you're having fear that's keeping you stuck and you don't recognize it, then you just think, oh, that's something I don't want to deal with. That's bad. I don't want to go that way or whatever. But it's one of those things that, trying something new or doing something that's out of your comfort zone will actually probably help you to move and grow your business, to help you to move and, have a more fun-filled life, help you to do things. And It's one of the things that keeps most of us stuck. And we don't really, like I said, we don't always realize it. Excuse me, my son is David. Can you be quiet, please? Mom's doing a video. 20-year-old. They know it all. Anyway, so that was the first one, just to recognize it. And then once you recognize it, then you can do something about it. So, number two, the other thing is, I see it as it's not real. A lot of times, the fears we have are not real. There are things that we've learned, but there's no, it's like, maybe it's like an idea. There's nothing behind it. It's just something that's causing you issues. But if you actually go through it or walk to it, or you know, you find out that it's not really that scary. It's not really anything to be fearful or fretful of. And so, I call it, and I've heard this before, and I'm using someone else's word. I know someone else started this, a long time ago, but false evidence appearing real. For me, that helped me, especially when I was younger and I was afraid of almost everything. And then, as I continued to grow and learn, I, just stopped. I had to drop the fear. I remember my first time on an airplane, and I'll be mindful of the time. But my first time on an airplane, I had never flown before. And my uh, father was, excuse me, Dave. My father was sending me to visit my grandmother. Um, and They lived in Pennsylvania and I live in Illinois. And so I remember just inside I was shaking, like a leaf. I was really kind of afraid, but it was just such a big plane. I'd never been on anything like that. So I get on the plane and I'm walking on and I'm just kind of feeling myself shaking, but I don't even know what that is. I don't really realize that that's fear. And I sat in the seat next to someone else, and an older gentleman, and I don't think he spoke English, and so I didn't understand what he was saying, and so it just kind of added to my anxiety and stress of that whole thing, and fear. Just the anxiety and stress just whipped around, and I just was like scared to death. I remember holding on to my seat with both my hands with that seatbelt on and just scared to death. And when the plane took off, I remember, just getting really stiff and like scared, and finally, I was only, I don't even think I was a teenager yet. I might have been, no, I must have been, I think I was probably like 15 or something like that. All I know is the fear overwhelmed me, and I didn't know anything about planes. No one, said, "Oh, this is going to be good," or "This is going to be bad." It was just, and I think my father just thought it was a given because he flies, and he and my mom got divorced when we were very, very young, so he had no idea, I guess, of the life that I'd had. So, he put me on this plane like this is unreal. I was scared to death. And then after that, a long car trip. But anyway, we won't go into that. But that scared me so much. And I remember when I got off the plane, my legs felt like jelly, and I was just, oh my gosh. It was the feeling now just makes my heart beat a little faster because that was such a scary, scary time for me. And then having to fly back, oh gosh. But there was the only way I could get back home, so I had to fly back. And I'll stop the story there because it continues, but I'm going to stop it there. But it's one of those things that it was the unknown for me. It was not something that I was aware of. It was not something that anybody had told me, now this is what's going to happen, such and such and such. So, and being 15, I don't know. So number three is, even though you have fear, to be able to walk in that fear and still do it is courage. And that's what a lot of us need to do. We can't continue to allow our fears to keep us crippled, to keep us stuck in our businesses, in our lives. We can't allow it to keep us from moving forward. That's why there's so few millionaires, that 1% or whatever, 10% of the world. I don't remember, but I know it's whatever that percentage is. Those are the people that decided to take their fear in hand and just say, I gotta go. I gotta go into this. I gotta keep moving. I gotta not let this stop me. And they just did that. And it was just, it's just, it's awesome. It's the best way to do it. And so as I'm learning, I am turning around and then teaching what I'm learning to you, because I want to help you to be able to know that you're not the only one, that I went through it. And I'm still, now I'm online, I'm going live, and and I love doing this. I love doing this rather than what I was doing before, which was when we weren't walking through the stuff we're walking through, and I was trying to get two people, which is what I was told to do, and have them get two people. And I believed it hook, line, and sinker, and it just was not. It was just not. It wasn't a good experience, but it was a learning experience. That's why I believe we can never lose as long as we keep moving, because everything that we go through teaches us something and helps us to continue to grow and learn. And that's what we want to continue to do. Now, I hope these three tips have helped you. I hope that they have given you some value, something to think about when you think about fear or and you don't recognize it, but you maybe now you can start to recognize when you're fearful of something and that that's what's actually stopping you, and then think about it. Is it real? Is it rational? Is it something that really should be stopping you? And then you go on from there and just walk in that fear and use your courage. So that's all I have for today. I'm going to have that information on the video for you for that group that you can join for free and get all types of information and learn and grow. I learned so much in there. There's so much information, so many I don't even know what else to say except for it's just, I mean, it drew me to it, when I first started, and it's just continued to grow and get better. There are, like I said, there's people that are giving good content, information on the things that you may have a question about, things that you may be wondering about, and it can truly help. So, basically, so I will put that information on the video, and then to get those top two anti-salesy type posts that actually attract is really a big plus. So you get that as a part of joining the free group. And I will put that information in the video when it's downloaded, like I said, in the comment section. So I'm going to go in and get out of here. I hope wherever you are in the world, that no matter what time it is for you, that all things are working out for you. And I used to do this whole thing at the end, but now I'm trying to cut back on that. But one thing I do want you to remember too is to keep your notifications on so you know when I'm going live, because I've changed how I'm going live now. I'm going live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so that I can do other work that I need to do and continue to grow my business as well, because I'm in the trenches with you. I'm out there building just like you are. And that is it. So it's been great having you here. I don't see any comments or anything in the chat. So we will talk soon. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.